Today is day 6 of the 31 Days of Tarot, and we are talking about coveted decks that you acquired in 2016. So there were 2 decks that I was coveting this year that I got. And the first one was the Maybe Lenormand, and in particular the hand-painted Maybe Lenormand, which comes in this gorgeous little box. And there are these just absolutely beautiful cards that Ryan hand painted himself. I'm not gonna show you all of them, but I'll give you an idea because they're just absolutely gorgeous. And I have the mass market edition too because that's usually what I handle. But I wanted one of the hand painted decks, and it's a very funny story about the acquisition of this deck, in the sense of when Reader's Studio came around last year, I was broke. Like broke, like borrowing change out of my best friend's change jar to be able to take the subway to get there and back broke. But I had my first paycheck from my new freelance gig coming, and it was going to be deposited right in the middle of Reader's Studio, and it probably wasn't going to be in my bank account and accessible until the last day. And I knew that this was a hot item at Reader's Studio, so I told Ryan, I'm like, you were to set one aside for me because I'm going to buy that the last day that I'm there. And he did, and that's how I got it. But it was very harrowing. I didn't think I was going to get one because everybody wanted one, but that was my one big spendy purchase that I'm not going to say I probably shouldn't have made, but it was definitely my excessive treat myself purchase this year. And then the second deck that I acquired was Courtney Weber's and George Courtney's Tarot of the Bros. And I had kind of had my eye on that one for a while. And at Reader's Studio, Courtney was my foundation reading partner. And the foundation reading is you do a reading for the person sitting next to you at the beginning of the conference, and then you do the same reading with the same cards at the end of the conference and see if you interpret it differently. And Courtney was my partner. And Courtney and I lived in the same neighborhood in New York when I was living in New York. And we occasionally went to the same yoga studio. And when we were sitting next to each other, she couldn't remember where she knew me from. and she was pulling out her deck at the same time, and one of the cards jumped out, and it was this card. Because the other place that she knew me from was yoga. So that's a fun little story about that deck. And yeah, those were the 2 coveted decks that I got this year.